This is the Soccer O.G. with an emergency YouTube. Actually, wrong choice of words. Celebration YouTube. Because Christian Pulisic has done something that we probably could only dream about in just a year or two ago. He scores a goal for Chelsea in a semi-final of the Champions League away at Real Madrid. So you don't see that every day. In fact, you've never seen that before. He becomes the first American to do that. He's had 5 goals in the Champions League, 5 assists, which is the most for an American. And not only that, we look at him through a prism of an American, but what is special about him is he now belongs to the globe. He is a globe superstar, and he proved it here. He earned a spot. He was not given a spot in this Chelsea 11. Same thing happened with him, with Frank Lampard as we go back. Despite him being the record signing transfer, had to work into the starting 11. For whatever reason, he got it. Injuries derailed it after he was playing great. Had to do it all over again. I know there's a lot of people around the Tuchel that defend Thomas Tuchel. And look, far be it for me to criticize Thomas Tuchel. Look what he's doing. He has Chelsea lined up to make the Champions League, and he has them on the cusp of making a Champions League final. So he has been fantastic. And a lot of people will say that they brought Christian Pulisic along slowly. And if that's the case, he probably shouldn't have been playing long stretches in certain games off the bench. But we've gotten to it. And you've got to be really impressed with how Pulisic has done it, where he has now become one of the more important players game in, game out for Chelsea. Illustrated here, where he scored not only a goal, but a golazo. By the way, this is the Soccer OG. Please subscribe, hit that button, and while you're perusing around, check out the Soccer OG podcast. I have a great episode this week with the one and only Keith Gostigan. I will tell you why the Super League is not dead. We'll gauge the race in Spain, who's going to win it amongst those 4 teams, and look back at an incredible weekend in Major League Soccer. Incredible first 2 weekends. As you can see, I'm not at the studio. I had to do an emergency YouTube, so I'm here in Miami. At the facilities here doing Copa Libertadores. I should be focusing on doing this Flamengo Union La Calera game, which is moments away from starting. But I had to do this because this is important work, and we've got to celebrate what Christian Pulisic is all about. I was watching in the United States the CBS pregame show, and there was the crew talking about it, and Micah Richards was saying, Pulisic is really good, young player, shows a glimmer here and there, and still developing. And I'm like, nope, that's not him. Christian Pulisic is a superstar. He is playing at the highest level. He's scoring at the highest level. His valuation's going through the roof. He's not a young player anymore trying to prove himself. He has one flaw to his game now. He does his job very well. Scoring goals, assisting, beautiful dribbler, Messi-esque dribbler, quite frankly. He has one flaw to his game, and that's injuries. And I think we're all terrified and holding our breath at the injury coming up again, and it might. And we always have to have that in the back of our minds. But maybe he's working on his body better. He's held up pretty nicely down here, knock on wood. And it's important right now because the way he's playing, Chelsea need him. It's an away goal that he scored at Real Madrid. Beautiful goal. So if Chelsea don't score in the second leg and the game ends scoreless, Chelsea go through to the final. So Pulisic, because of the way he played, is going to play in that second leg. Is going to start in that second leg semifinal. And if they get through, he should start in the Champions League final. And that is a mind-blowing moment for an American player, not only to be in a Champions League final, but being one of the star players, the key components in a Champions League final. It's not far-fetched right now. You see how much they rely on Christian Pulisic. He had the goal. He should have had an assist. Put it on a platter for Timo Werner, who missed it. And Timo Werner, we look at the players under Thomas Tuchel. And again, Thomas Tuchel, I will not second-guess him. He has put this Chelsea team in a position to hit all their spots. But Timo Werner has been given opportunity after opportunity to become the guy, to earn that starter spot over and over again. And he's missed it. Other guys haven't been given that opportunity. Christian Pulisic didn't from the beginning. Tammy Abraham hasn't. So it's not the same rules for everyone. At the end, Thomas Tuchel is going to get bailed out because he is going to have a guy that he tested a little bit, deliver at the important games. You could almost feel that Pulisic was going to score here. You could feel that this was his moment. I think people on Twitter were all predicting it. I was going to predict it, but I don't want to sound like a broken record because everyone else was. You could feel it. It was his time, and he's delivered all these games. So we just have to worry about the injuries. Everything else is there for Pulisic, and I hope he's healthy for the back end of the year World Cup qualifying, more so for the World Cup. But his talent is one of 10, 12 players that can do what he does at his position. Maybe even a shorter list than that. And that's why he's here in this is the biggest game of the day. All eyes of the planet are watching Real Madrid and Chelsea. He's playing Real Madrid and scoring and beating defenders. Making history along the way. This is, of all the times I've reached out to you about adding it to the list and how enthusiastic we should be about the future of American game, this is number one. With an asterisk because of the injuries. Just a great week for Americans. By the way, it looks like Jesse Marsch is going to get the job at Red Bull Leipzig. It's a top 20 job in the world of football. Red Bull's done an incredible job with their tiers, developing talent. Remember, Erling Haaland was at Red Bull Salzburg under Jesse Marsch. And now we have a coach coaching a major team in the Bundesliga. That was science fiction not that long ago. It's going to happen. All those times, those hoops Americans had to jump through, because of what Pulisic is doing and because of what Jesse Marsch is about to do, those hoops are going to go away. Those hurdles are going to go away. Americans are going to be given opportunities because in the few opportunities they've gotten, they've excelled. Stock is up. Maybe too late to get into this market, but I'd buy some stock while you're at it. It's kind of like Bitcoin. Be careful because it might be at its peak, but we shall see. Christian Pulisic, Jesse Marsch, great day, and the future continues to develop. And now a young American is going to watch Pulisic play in a Champions League semi, maybe a finals. A young coach is going to watch Jesse Marsch coaching in a big game in the Bundesliga or the Champions League. This is how it all starts. Hope you didn't mind. I got to get back to calling this game in a little bit. Please subscribe, rate and review my podcast, The Soccer OG, and I'll talk to you very soon. I dressed up nice for you, Johnny Cash style.